you'll soon see the fruits coming the way. So to all our brothers who are offering similar services out there in the printing, those on NASA Road, wherever, our brother, the New Vision, etc., a new sheriff is in town and things are going to be better. Thank you.
Well, speaking about that and also appreciating them, at the end of the day, it's healthy when it comes to business and one has a competition going.
Thank you.
Good thing you're saluting them. And with the new trends that are coming on each and every single day, the evolvement when it comes to the printing industry itself, how have you accommodated or coped up with those new trends as UPPC?
Well, first of all, there's digitalization. So digitalization is everywhere. Everything is getting digital. So we cannot be left behind. We want to ensure that we're on board and we're trying to do our best. There's also the issue of our unique services that we are rejuvenating. For example, now the training school. This requires us to enhance our capabilities. By the way, we have the best manpower in UPPC. Very good, very skilled and well trained. So we want this, like I said, competition again. That training school will be revived and we'll have all these friends at NASA Road who simply learn like you've gone to a garage and learned a few things and then you become a mechanic. Now we want them to really have certification. So those are some of the innovations which will enable us in the industry to work with others better, such that if there is a job and it's big, I'm still able to allow another player to say, well, this is so big. Just imagine if we get a job from the region, maybe Congo or Malawi, you know, all these people outsourcing these jobs. Interestingly, even in Uganda, we outsource some kind of printing to other countries. But again, this is why now Nangoli is here. We are here. We're already partnering. I've moved around and had interactions with some of the players, and we really want to bring in everything, every machinery, kind of machinery that has been making us take business out. I mean, we are in this together. We have to ensure that Vision 2040 is achieved. We have to support the president on this. Yes, and it's about buy Uganda, build Uganda. Yes. Amazing.
Buy Uganda, build Uganda. Quite interesting. Well, now, should we say with the digital media taking center stage, we want everyone to be incorporated when it comes to tech world. That is to do with different sectors, and you just explained it. So should we say that has also enabled UPPC to stay relevant in the market?
Exactly. Our clients are now able to access us at any point because of the technology. And we are, like we've said, the energy is there now among the staff. And once you get it right with the staff, the rest is history. There are two, three things we're looking at here. We're looking at enhancing our technology. You know, when you're going digital, you must have the technology which enables you to do that. So we want to re-enhance our technology, and like I've already informed you, we have a 7K HP Indigo machine. That one's no other like on the market. And we are bringing in the high-tech machine. So once we have this on ground, then we are going to enable everybody, even on your phone, as you said, dear Sandra, you'll be able to actually order and we serve you with delight. Yes, thank you.
Well, great conversation we're having for this morning, and as far as this episode is concerned, I'm joined by Professor Sudi Nangoli, all the way from UPPC, and he's having a lot to share with us for those of you who have just joined us. And of course, getting to know Professor that, of course, UPPC is a government official printing agency. Should someone just get to know that you only print for MDAs, or just throwing more light onto that?
Thank you, Sandra. Actually, that was our mandate, which people seem to be looking at as knowing us as we print laws for the government and regulations, and that is us. But we're a whole lot more than that. We are the publishers of the Gazette. We also, of course, we have private printing, we have security printing, we have commercial printing for any entity. So no client should fear to walk to UPP saying our government, those are government. No. We are really open to all clients. We provide a range of services. Like I said, think about printing, think about UPPC. We will provide every solution, whether you want an envelope branded, whether you want anything to do with printing, we are there. So it's a whole lot of things that we do. Thank you.
Okay, maybe just that will also take me to another question. Of course, you throwing more light, and for the viewer to get to know that they can really embrace you and expect quite a lot when it comes to serving
and maybe
them.
Sandra, on the issue of the MDAs, I also needed to make it very, very clear to the viewers that, well, the first citizen, that's our Excellency the President, has been, we would say, the first marketeer of this company. You know, we have which cuts out all the business of the MDAs and is sieved out for UPPC and a new vision. So we want to extend our thanks to him, His Excellency. We thank you very much for the support. He's like a father who ensures that you succeed at all costs, so we want to thank him. But of course, by extension, I have to also thank the Presidency, Honorable Babalanda. She's, you know a bit of our issues that we've been dealing with, and the Minister is now, and her team, the PS and the board, they are now hands-on, and they are really supporting the cooperation. So my work has become a whole lot very, very easy. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's interesting. Salute to the support that is coming through, especially from His Excellency the President, like the Professor has put it. And as he was explaining, they not only do work for MDS, but also they're here to serve you as Ugandans. So we need to know what more does UPPC, what more apart from the Uganda Gazette, some of the other products or services that you have on board that can accommodate all of us.
Yes, well, the services like enlisted, we have, you may want to print security documents of any type, we are there for you. You may want to do your general common printing, we are there for you. SANDRA, if you want to renew your relationship and you want some cards, colorful ones, UPPC is here for you. So, like we said, dream about any print and give us a call on 08-1111-467, and then we'll serve you.
Maybe just again, when it comes to the figures, for someone who is taking note.
Someone who's taking note, well, our toll-free line is 08-111-467. When you call us, we are there to serve you. Yes, thank you.
Maybe, of course, I did appreciate and commend the work that you people are doing, staying in business for all this while, for about 120 years. Just getting to know your regional presence and the reception that you're getting from the Ugandans.
Well. When it comes to regional presence, we're actually in all the regions of this country, we are there. But like we said, we are trying to redefine ourselves such that we get closer to the client at every length. While you can reach us in every region, we now are deepening our presence in the districts to ensure that everywhere UPPC is available.
That also including, not forgetting the digital space.
Exactly.
The social presence on all the social handles away from that number you just read for us.
Thank you very much, Sandra. So we want to have presence everywhere such that the client, wherever he wants us, we are there and actually willing to serve. So UPPC is here for you. Think about publishing, we're here. Actually, this is a whole big thing. You know, this, like I was telling you about the market, the kind of big market that we're talking about. When you look at, and we're now emphasizing the publishing also, because you know the printing is actually a component of the publishing, and there are things we're not doing within this publishing. So as the leader in the government advisors on printing and publishing, we have reinterpreted this and seen there's a lot really to do. And that's why I was telling you, we're calling on all our brothers that now this is not a time for competition, but for co-opetition, as you'll see. Because come to think about the 120 years, we are unmatched in terms of having machinery, history of machineries and history of processes. So if it means like now like the training and the rest, then we are the best at that. Because you'll come and be able to see everything from how printing started, the history of the machines, up to where we are with the latest technology, which actually we are still revamping. So we are renewing ourselves every now and then to make sure that we have the best. So to interest you, we are already, there are plans underway to come up with a tourism unit, whereby now everything related to printing and publishing can be covered under that unit, and this will be supporting tourism, means of tourism and the rest. So we're expanding the tourism space in Uganda, because when somebody is coming to Uganda, or when you're in Uganda and leaving your home, you're like, local tourism, where should I visit? So you now expect a lot of nice things when you also come to UPPC. We can have that now as one area where it's a must go, a must watch, and a must enjoy.
And all Ugandans are invited, regardless of their age bracket.
Please, schools, wherever, because you know, in life, everybody you cannot escape printing and publishing. You must at one time. Of course, with the digital era now, where there are some issues whereby you may not really need to do print, because we are now looking at, for example, revising our costs on the gazetting, whereby somebody can be able to access their to be able to be gazetted, and then you use through the e-gazette at slightly more pocket-friendly figure. So, of course, now publishing still remains. You may see some products of ours now having the two sides, where we have the print and then we have the e. But this is to serve the client. We know the Ugandans. We know our economic state now. So we really to be.
You know their tastes and preferences.
We know the tastes and preferences. So we want to work with them and ensure that everybody is happy and everybody is getting value for money. Yes.
Away from the competition,
yes.
The healthy competition, like you put it earlier on, from NASA Street and everyone else who's in the field.
Yes.
Are you able to share some tips now that you offer trainings, and it is a ground that all Ugandans are welcome to come and take part in the training and all that at your facilities? Can you share some tips for many of them to get better when it comes to printing, or such services that are relatedly to what UPPC does?
Well, looking at the research and training, of course, it's not a matter of getting work and processing it to have output. There's a lot of history, a lot of knowledge that goes in behind. You know, like when you're driving on the road, while you're driving, there are things where somebody will slow down and up, etc. And all these technologies, including the inks that you use, the prints, the kind of papers that you put into the printing, all these ones go into the training, such that somebody knows how to actually prepare a job that is beyond actually the client's expectation. So that's where the training will be. And we have, of course, very many units that it's a whole package really that the client will be enjoying, and this is for everybody. Like we said, it's away from the competition, but simply building one another, building the organizations that we see. And there are many products. It's not only about the training and the printing and the rest. There are many products that we bring on board. Some of them may be within 2 or 3 years because of the strategic nature. I'll challenge you, for example, where do you keep your security document, like your transcript? It could be under your bed. Suppose you have a quarrel with your better half.
Let's not get into that conversation.
So you may really need us in one or another to ensure that there is security, there is safety. And this is where, again, UPPC is trying to think, like you said, reinterpreting our mandate. Security, safety of the printing and the publishing. And you know, when you publish today and then tomorrow, what happens? You now accumulate a stock of information. When you accumulate, you need to mine that data. Of course, the researchers know that. So we again that center, Center of Research for Reference, Center of Protection of such documents. We are going to give you a service of that nature, whereby you can, at a small fee, have with us your security documents and access them seamlessly, of course with the help of technology. Again, all this in UPPC after 120.
Okay, UPPC at 120,
yes.
Amazing. Well, I just love the professor right here. He speaks with a lot of enthusiasm, and he's so patriotic, and he has a lot going when it comes to speaking about UPPC. Maybe just getting to know how you find in office so far. How is it like for you? I know you've been welcomed so well, and saluting. You have a lot of support that is coming through from the people at UPPC, but just them getting to hear more from you.
Well, thank you, Sandra. Definitely, that's a very good question. You know, I mean, about 2 weeks in office, maybe, so you're wondering, how has been the process? I want to tell you, by the grace of God, things have been so interesting. Like I said, I reached and found my outgoing, was the acting, Manager Oluka, very supportive. And I mean, if you get to a place and the person you're going to work with is really supporting you like that, then you've started from a very good note, including the staff, like I much earlier said. Now, when you get into my office, of course, it's a new office. First come, you have to interpret a number of things, the strategic plan, reinterpret and actually understand them, because you also want to impose your leadership, because the way God created us, everybody is unique. So actually, I'm busying myself with trying to meet the strategic partners. Yesterday I moved around and was able to interact with a number of CEOs, and that is going to continue. Like I said, we want to put everybody on board. I'm going to interact with all the MDAs and all the private sector, like we're actually doing now, such that we're able for our viewers to understand what we actually offer and offer it at the best terms. So really, office is busy, trying to understand the policies, reading them, interpreting them, meeting management, trying to meet the clients, all that whole lot of things, and of course trying to make sure that we're in business and good business for that case. And of course, on that note, I also want to take 1 minute, if you allow, to thank Makerere University Business School, which actually seconded me to UPPC, and definitely I can assure you they have done that before in the past, and the news we get from there is very good. So UPPC, you are in things. You have the best. Yeah.
They are in things. Eh?
Yes.
Good
Yes.
stuff for them.
Thank you.
We're also in things. We are here to inspire the nation.
Yes, thank you.
Well, when it comes to environment itself and sustainability,
Yes.
there's a lot of issues that are rising when it comes to environmental. I know you understand what I'm talking about.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Just getting to know how UPPC is prepared to adopt the sustainability, especially in the printing process of printing business.
Well, in the printing business, of course, sustainability is one of our key issues that we observe. There are many issues that we are going to be looking at. For example, the kind of machinery. Actually, the other day we were having a debate on the kind of machinery to bring in, the kind of waste that we produce, and actually how we are managing it.
That will be conducive when it comes to environmental challenges.
Exactly. And it's a big box, and we're doing all of it. We have it as one of our key issues, and we'll be unveiling it to the public and our clients, and you'll love it because you're one of our clients. Thank you.
Because there's certain things, certain conversations we can't keep away from, and that is to do with climate change effects. Exactly. Well,
and we are compliant, Sandra. We are compliant.
Well, good to know.
Thank you.
Well, for the viewers are still following this very conversation, extra coming your way. My name is Sandra, and our guest for the day, Professor Sudi Nangoli from UPPC. When we return shortly after these messages, you can expect much more. Keep watching.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra. Road traffic crashes is one of the leading causes of death among young people aged 5 and 29 years. In 2022, Uganda registered 21,473 crashes, out of which 4,534 people died and 15,227 seriously injured. 22 people die every 100 crashes, and on average, we lose 12 people daily. Legacy Road Safety Initiative, in partnership with KCCA, Ministry of Works and Transport, Ministry of Health, Uganda Police Force, Red Cross, Rosaku, Boda Boda Industry Uganda, have organized the second Road Safety Marathon for the crash victims to help create awareness, build cohesion among stakeholders, train first responders at black spots, and support a health facility. The marathon will take place on the 23rd of July 2023, starting at 7 a.m. from Nakasero Primary School grounds. Book your kits at 25,000 from Legacy Road Safety Initiative offices located at Old Kampala Chicken House, 2nd floor, room 18, or 8th Street, Safeway, Rightway offices, Total Energies, Ovino Mall, Boda Boda Industry Uganda, or visit www.lrs-initiative.org to register. Call 0752-605-479 or 0776-598-817 or 0414-698-675. Proudly powered by Daxi Driving School and Wava Water. Run to save a limb.
Juko.
Yo.
Wachikuwa. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sevatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back. Good to know you're still following this particular conversation, and good to have your company. Thank you so much for always making time to choose a national broadcaster to be a part of your mornings on a daily. That is all the way from Monday to Friday, following up Good Morning Uganda. And right from the hour of 9 a.m. always bring you a beautiful product that is to do with Good Morning Uganda Extra. My name is Sandra KAHUNDE. We are live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. And this very episode to do with Good Morning Uganda Extra, if you've just joined us, we're having Professor Sudi Nangoli. He's new in office and he has a lot of energy and a lot of vibe that is bringing in office that is to do with UPPC as they still hold on to their celebrations and promise of serving you, the Ugandans, all the way after the 120 years. Before we got into the short commercials that came your way, he was letting us know how UPPC is embracing and appreciating the issues to do with climate change and what they have on board that is to do with sustainability and environmental process itself, appreciating nature and doing away with what will bring us in trouble when it comes to climate change itself. Maybe him expounding more to do with the eco-friendly program that they do have on table, or maybe what they've done so far as environment is concerned. You're most welcome once again to this other part as we continue the conversation.
Thank you, Sandra. Environment is part of us. Yeah, taking care of the environment, the viewers, each and every one of us, in whatever you do, you have to think environment. As you buy that food, as you wherever you do anything, think about environment. So as UPPC, we have been having activities, and we have a budget for that, to run activities in communities where we go outside there and promote environmental, eco-friendly behaviors, cleaning the cities, talking to the children in schools about, because these young people are very, very key in trying to adopt quickly the good behavior. So when they grow, we will know that they will practice good environmental mechanisms. So from the community, we are doing a lot of activities. Of course, before we went for the break, we are really looking at the technicalities of printing UPPC as a printer. What are those eco-friendly things? That's where we are. So, but also outside that, it's where now I'm coming from. Besides what ink are you using, how are you disposing of your waste, which machinery do you have, how you dispose it, and we have a whole lot of deliberate plans and solutions for that, which are all eco-friendly, including the products that we give to our clients, decomposable, and yeah, there we are.
Good to know that you're embracing the environmental concerns at the end of the day. Maybe and to your stakeholders,
yes,
it would be very important if they hear from the horse's mouth when it comes to your office as a managing director of UPPC. What message, or maybe something you'd love to share with the stakeholders this morning?
Thank you very much, Sandra. Of course, everything we do is stakeholder oriented, and when we look at it, we could classify into about 4 categories of stakeholders. I would want to talk about the superior stakeholders, who are my supervisors. Like I said, of course, His Excellency, the Presidency, the Honorable Minister, the PS, and the board. These stakeholders, the message to them is we want to assure you that we are here to do a good job. You know, as a government owned, we're supposed to make profit and appropriate it to government. So we are here to, the plans are very clear on how we're going to satisfy that category of stakeholders. We want to do the best. Of course, we are taking it stage by stage. And then the second category of stakeholders that I want to talk about are the stakeholders of UPPC now, the internal team. We are really working as a team, and first I want to thank them for the teamness. You get into a new place and quickly you are clicking and you find that everybody is on your side and you're working, and you tell them do this. Of course, I'm getting a lot of support from the members of management in UPPC. I shout out to you, you are doing very well. I want to thank you because I got in there with a few changes here and there, and we're like, MD, we are here with you. We need to make sure UPPC shines. And to the staff, even right down there in the printing and binding and all those processes that are so clerical at the bottom, we are having their support. So to them, we are offering welfare. We're offering, once I've told them, let's do our best, and when things are okay, then we'll all enjoy as a family. So we want to send them a message that our energized efforts are soon going to enable us to have more food on the table. And then, of course, to our brothers in the market, we can also not forget them. To our brothers in the market with whom we serve the same food, we are saying the mindset should change. Now, the mindset we're having now here is not competition. It's about co-opetition. Because like I said much earlier, once you redefine the product lines and they're increasing, we deepen our presence in the market. Because do you know that some people actually do not know the services that printing and publishing can actually give to them? So through competition, we can create a big force of building that market. Now by building that market, we're creating business. So in a way, we need to move through collaborations, working together. And we're already doing this. I'm not saying we're not doing it, but we are just redrumming it such that it's now at the level that can bring us to be the leaders in the region. And then, besides the competitors, now we look at the fourth category. And that's a very, very important category. That is the category of the consumers. Those of you who are consuming the product outside there, someone in Kabaramaido and needs publishing service and printing, somebody near, wherever you are, in Sironko. So we are here. We are here to, first of all, thank you for the support. Of course, including the MDAs, they have been supporting us very well, very well. And we're still coming back to ask you as clients, give us that feedback. How best can we serve you? Because we are here to serve. The servant leader and his team are here to ensure that we are serving you very well. So whoever has been consuming our product, we thank you. If you had any small kind of here and there that we could improve, we are welcoming all of that, because you cannot be the best if you don't want to listen to the others. You can't do a good service. And so through this kind of support, we are going to make sure that the clients are actually happy. So our clients outside there, sit and relax, and service provision is going to improve. We thank you. Yes.
Of course, I know you cannot forget to salute the consumers. Good stuff. Earlier on you did mention the digital media taking center stage when it comes to the publication itself.
Yes.
Now, let us versing media, the digital media, and also the printing services.
Yes.
Well, some will believe that the printing media, at the end of the day, could be obsolete when you look at the digital alternatives one could be having. Now, you as UPPC, with the experience you have, the expertise, and what you already have in store, and what you plan to bring on table for the Ugandans, in your perspective, what would your thoughts be when someone thinks like that, when it comes to print media itself?
Thank you, Sandra. You actually spot on. If you look the way things are moving now, I mean, people are getting things online. So somebody could actually think that, well, maybe this is, but print can never go away. Print is always there. Like we've said, print has to be there, but better improved. And then publishing has to also be given a space to expand. There's nothing like there's a competition between printing and publishing. When you look at printing, for say, we are the chief government printer. Regulations have to be printed. Even if everything is online and we have those, there must be the acts printed, laws of the government printed, and all that. And well, with time, we can see, for example, when you look at some institutions, probably doing exams online, and so the issue of printing may not come in, but there are still documentations that will come. But again, as we go that, UPPC is well aware of that kind of movement. So we are doing research and studying the market to see how do we move with the customer. Our job here is not to stay behind and say, now we are this. No, 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 no. Our issue is interact with the client, interact with the market, see the dynamism in the market. Now we're talking about artificial intelligence. So, I mean, as a publisher, we have to be there to see all those lines and the rest. So if somebody has, for example, now a book, like now to think like them, you have a book, you may not want to only print it in hard copy, but you may want also to sell it online in soft copy through the e-publishing. Again, we are working with the client. You want the hard material, we are there. You are saying now we can have it online, we are there, and the clients will actually purchase it, and we're providing all this range of services. So when it comes to publishing and the client, we are still going to serve them.
So when it comes to the unique advantages that a print media also has, there's a way you're marrying each other, or leveraging, as UPPC leveraging on the changes of the times.
Exactly. And to tell you, we are following up the publication a lot. We have actually deliberately now created a unit and tasked it with looking at publishing, so that it gives us all the time that is required. Like I much hinted earlier, we are talking about enhancing our services with an app, and we have an acronym that we shall be using. So there you'll get the e-gazettes, you'll get online businesses there, online whatevers. Companies can actually also advertise with us. You know, the good thing with the publishing, you can do everything. You can do everything online. Yes, and we're up to the game. We are there.
Okay.
Yes.
When it comes to customization and personalization, yes. I know it's kind of with the change of trend, most people are embracing the bit of personalization. How has UPPC incorporated this in your services that you're offering to the nation?
Well, when it comes to personalization, for us, the way we do it, it's not about us. It's about what the client feels is going to satisfy him. So our role is at times to help the client to redefine. Actually, we don't do any final job and sign it off without the client saying, okay, this is fine. I have actually, through these small weeks I've been working, I've interacted with the actual consumers, some of whom have actually told me how they came with some kind of branding, but when they reached to my team, because this is kind of market intelligence, they said, your team is so powerful. Whatever I'm saying here, this is from the clients. I said, they helped me to do this and this, and therefore I had a better product. So our personalization is really driven by what the client is imagining, and then we improve it. Yes, thank you.
Well, we commend you for the work you're doing, and like you say, you're getting good feedback from the viewers or the consumers at the end of the day. What are some of those notable projects you can cite out that you've been part of as UPPC?
Well, as UPPC, like I said, we have a whole range of products. Of course, the MDs being our clients. So all that, we are there in a business that they want, like the law reform, NIRA. We are doing for them a lot of projects, and we are part of that. We are the chief advisor, remember. So when it comes to printing and a project that is being done by an MD or whatever, we are a key advisor. So all projects we are actually involved. And then, of course, when it comes to of course, the community projects, we have a range. We have the range. What makes money, then community, to build community as community, and we've donated to religious institutions as part of our project CSR and the rest. You know, in this business, it's about also building the client and giving back to the client. So while we have the actual projects related to printing jobs and the rest, we're handling many now. For example, you know that we handle serious business for Electoral Commission, and like the registrars that you use in the elections, we print. So there are many projects that we undertake. But I also needed to mention in a special way about those that we do for community, because sometimes the customer, the private customer, is looking out and saying, okay, I've paid for a service, it has been done, fine, I'm happy about it, but what else? But we're saying we are good community people, we're a good community team, and ours is to build a community. Like again I said, of course, that is in line with the priority areas of NRM. Yes. Everything we do, because we are government owned, we ensure that it is helping to achieve the manifesto, to achieve Vision 2040, and to build Uganda. So that is us.
Well, it's never a smooth journey at the end of the day. Yes. Maybe just sharing with the viewers some of the challenges that you could have encountered as UPPC along the way, and how you've managed to deal with them and stay in business, maintaining the quality and the consistency that we do see.
Well, many challenges, of course. There is no business that doesn't have challenges. As you can see, as UPPC, we've been having a few challenges. For example, the changes in kind of leadership, they create sometimes instability. For example, I mean, you can see how stable Uganda is with over 30 years stability. So as an institution, as UPPC, we want to do better there. And we are following the advice that was given by Parliament, and the Minister and the board are very keen to ensure that we implement that. For example, recently we had a very competent board put in place by the Minister of the Presidency, Honorable Balanda, and things are now moving. very functioning. And now as I speak, we have a new MD, a new sheriff in town, and well, from there we see things are going to move to another level. Right now, what we are handling as far as that challenge of HR is concerned, you know, there was an issue of managing the staff force, because we had some staff gaps, and now we are at it. We are very busy outside there trying to ensure that we bring anybody who was missing on the position, the missing pieces, we are trying to plant them there and make sure that work moves seamlessly. So this challenge is really no more. The way we see it, there's nothing of that kind now. We are, like I told you, I got a very nice welcome. The team is re-energized. So when it comes to capacity, those things are now, of course, fully covered. Then, of course, we had a challenge, given that we are the old printer. Sometimes we have a tendency to want to use something like some machinery which already have. They're very, very good. And of course, like anybody, change sometimes is a challenge. So getting to use the new technologies has been some kind of slow, but we are now up to the game. We have now a mixed team of the young and the old, and we bring on board more people. So there are those, as you know, young people are usually very agile at technology. So we are now incorporating them and including the issue of mentorship, such that we can now really have a very, very competent team on ground that can use all the new machineries that we have now and are bringing on board more. So efficiency is going to be improved through that. So we had a bit of machinery, but now things are going to be better. Yes, and maybe the other issue is, of course, these things are also in the public domain. We somehow relaxed and had not put to use some of our assets. Like we have some land, but now the plans are ready on the ground and we are there. We're going to use it very, very well. So you can see very soon, maybe like in a few months or so, we'll have everything outside there in the way that the client would want to have it. And the whole product range, by the way, we're going to be there. Thank you.
Well, good stuff. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Sandra.
Maybe before we let you go, just getting to know what your thoughts are, or maybe how would you see the printing industry itself evolving in the next 5 to 10 years, and how UPPC aims to be part of that evolution. What do you intend to do, or for you to be part of that space and the evolution at the end of the day? Well,
very easy. As the MD alone, I cannot do much. So one of the things that I want to really focus on is have a very trusted, competent team behind me. Because with the new technologies that are going on, once you have a competent team, and this has implications. When you talk about a competent team, you're talking about professionalism, you're talking about continuous improvement. So that's one thing. Then the other is moving with the flow when it comes to technology. So whenever there is a new probably machinery on the market, we try to reevaluate it and see whether it is worth having on board. So in the next 5 years, we see ourselves moving with the flow in terms of the assets that actually help us to get the money. And of course, we see ourselves now going outside there and creating more awareness. We've actually come to learn, like I mentioned, that the clients, there's a lot that we can do for them. So we want to have a bigger market, a bigger force that can actually go there and re-energize the people on what they can do and offer better service to them. Well, once the clients are happy and you're moving with the digitization and you have a strong team behind you, the sky is the limit. Yes.
Well, the sky is the limit as well at the end of the day, and then at the end of the day for UPPC, because there's really a lot we can expect. I guess for the day, time is against us. Professor Sudi Nangoli, the new executive, the managing director for UPPC, as they continue to celebrate 120 years of service and still going. It's a journey, and they have a lot in store for you. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Thank you for coming through to the National Broadcaster.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. I was enjoying the conversation. Actually, I think you should even host me tomorrow.
Amazing. To your consumers and the fellow Ugandans.
Wow, to the fellow consumers, we are here to serve you. Like I said, imagine anything in printing and publishing, and UPPC will be the solution. We thank you, of course, for all the support, and we're actually banking on your support for further development of this nation. As we all seem to look towards having our Vision 2040 achieved. Thank you very much, Sandra.
Pleasure is mine. Well, thanks to you, my viewer, for joining us and always choosing the national broadcaster. That's all we had time for today's episode. My name is Sandra KAHUNDE, and salute to the professor himself. Wish him all the best as far as having Uganda is concerned, and greetings to UPPC. God bless you. Enjoy your Thursday and keep watching. A lot is coming your way on the national broadcaster.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this